Hey everyone, it's Alissa from Planned Alissa. I am here with this week's What I Sold on Etsy video and kind of just a little bit of a rant, chat, whatever about Etsy because I am just feeling so frustrated right now. I've had another really slow week on Etsy. The past, I don't know how many weeks, past couple of months really have been some of the slowest I've ever seen on Etsy. This week I sold just 8 items on Etsy, and they were all lower priced items, so my total sales for the week came to $60, which for me is pretty pathetic. And you know, I've actually, I not so much this week, but before that I had been really, you know, spending a lot of time getting some listings up, have quite a few things still in my shop, like over 900 listings up, and sales have just been almost non-existent. I've spent some time on the Etsy forums, just, you know, I guess kind of reading about people that are in the same situation I'm in. I've read you guys have commented too that, you know, things are very slow for you on Etsy and eBay and stuff. I don't really know what's going on. I know Etsy does from time to time like experiment with things. They usually do this over the summer, but they have been doing some different experiments with some different things, and they've definitely changed something. I mean, well, they've changed, you know, when you log in and when you look at your stats, and I don't know what I'm calling it, but you know, when you go to listings, all of that has been changed, the format of it, but they've also changed things on the buyer's end and probably with the search algorithms too, but it's definitely hurt my business, and I know I'm not alone that other sellers have seen like a huge decrease in sales, and this is more than just like a summer slowdown kind of thing. It actually shouldn't really be slowing down for me right now because I have more new stuff, listing more new stuff just because of the way my business works and where I live, that, you know, this is the time when I have like a lot of stuff on there and it should be selling, and it's not, definitely not at the rate that it has in years past. So I'm very frustrated, I'm very annoyed, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, dejected about it. I really don't know what to say, but anyway, this week, I had a busy week with other stuff, non-Etsy related, non-reselling related, getting a lot of stuff done, so I definitely spent less time this week on Etsy, but part of the reason was like, you know, why am I wasting my time with this? Because nothing seems to be going on, and, you know, it felt like a waste of time to me to be putting stuff up, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say at the moment. I'd be like, you know, don't waste your time with Etsy because I'm not making money on it, and, you know, or not making very much money anyway, and anyway, I don't know. It's a bit of a rant. I'm sorry, but I'm just feeling kind of like, anyway, I mean, I do sell elsewhere, so it isn't really a big deal. I mean, Amazon FBA, still going good for me. Yeah, the past several weeks have been very good on Amazon. No complaints there at all. And, you know, I don't really sell on eBay much, so I can't really track that because it's just kind of, I just kind of throw stuff up here and there. And even with that, I'm kind of like, you know, I don't make that much from eBay. Is it worth me putting any time into it? Maybe I should just not list anything on eBay. I guess that's kind of like the mood I'm in right now. I don't know. But what are your thoughts on it, I guess? And anyway, I don't know if you want to like send me some encouragement or say, you know, or just say that you're in the same boat as I am. That's fine. Yeah. I will show you the different things that I sold this week. Like I said, it's no home runs here. Everything is $10 or less that I sold this week, so a very low sales dollar week, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, 8 items this week, total of $60. I'll go ahead and show you each of the items that sold, how much they sold for. Keep in mind that is just the selling price of the item, so it doesn't include the fees that I paid to purchase the item or fees that I paid to Etsy, and doesn't include the fees that the buyers pay to have the item shipped to them. But without further ado, here's what I sold this week. So I sold these vintage playing cards, have a pretty illustration of Pansy, although they are in very worn condition. Sold these for $6. I think these came from a rummage sale. This is Gaylord Gator. He is a plastic rubber soap dish sold for $10. He was made by Avon, so he probably came with a bar of soap back in the day, and I picked him up at a thrift store. This is a set of 2 Resin Trivets sold for $10. I originally had these priced at $20. These hadn't sold, so I marked them off to 50% off in my clearance section. You can't really see from these pictures, but these actually were souvenirs from San Francisco. It had very small, it was like gold type on it that it said San Francisco on it, but pretty cool vintage Resin Trivets, but probably because they were like a souvenir thing, they did not move. I sold a couple of postcards to the same buyer. They both sold for $8. They were vintage postcards from, vintage linen postcards from Mouch Chunk, Pennsylvania, which, if you know your Pennsylvania towns, is what Jim Thorpe used to be called before its name got changed to Jim Thorpe. So these are 2 postcards from there. I believe these were both unused cards, if I'm remembering correctly, and they sold for $8 each. And this is a vintage ledger book, sold for $7. Is a soft cover one, and not too large. I don't know how I would describe it, maybe about the size of a trade paperback book. This was something I picked up not too long ago at a rummage sale. It was in one of my haul videos. This was my only international sale of the week. This was going off to Finland, and they were buying it to use it in a feature film, so that's pretty cool. This is a small vintage porcelain figurine which sold for $6. It's in the shape of a little pixie or elf, whatever you want to call it. This came from a rummage sale, I believe, kind of a while ago. I've had this probably about a year. And finally this week I sold a vintage patch for $5. Has a cat in a boxing ring on it and says "Anytime, baby." A cat in a boxing ring. I think he has like a holster on too. I really have no idea what's going on with this patch, but anyway, sold for $5. Again, guys, I apologize for the rant. It's just, I'm feeling kind of frustrated here, and, you know, who knows? I might have one of these weeks where I don't even have anything to show you in a video, because it just seems to be slowing down so much, that it's really ridiculous. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll try to be more upbeat and positive in my next video. And I hope you all have a great weekend, and I hope you're selling a lot of stuff online. A lot more stuff than I'm selling on Etsy, that's for sure. But happy selling, everyone!